Talking with Coach Dalton. Coach, first game of the year didn't quite turn out the way you thought, but still some positives taken away from it. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, it a lot of positives, a lot more positives than negatives. We had a few breakdowns defensively. Offensively, we looked really good. We looked actually better than I thought we would for the first game. We had one scoring drive that we fumbled on the 8-yard line, turned that ball over. That would have made it a 6-point game. Second half, we came out with some fire. We just came out. We looked intimidated from the get-go. They ran the opening kickoff back. I watched film this weekend. That's what I was just talking to the guys about. We just looked timid from the get-go, and as the game went along, we saw that we could play with them, and we started getting a lot more aggressive at that point.
All right, Coach. We'll talk about some of the. You talked about the fumble. Talk about some of the turning points in this ball game that you thought sort of just I guess you say sort of just turned it in their favor.
Well, the first one, of course, was them running the opening kickoff back, but then we took the next kickoff and we drove it down to their 30. We're moving the ball quite well. We had a snap over the quarterback's head for a 15-yard loss. Just took the wind out of our sails. Never could get it going there again. Ended up having to punt. Secondly, our cornerbacks on 2 separate plays looked like we had them contained. The runner kicked outside. Cornerbacks weren't at home where they were supposed to be. Guy got outside of them. One guy took it 60 yards. One took it 30 for touchdowns. And then the fourth big play of the game was in the second half. It was about a 14-point game. They split their best, most athletic player out wide left. Our cornerback, I don't know if he didn't see him or what he did exactly. We were screaming timeout. Referees didn't hear us. Their best player's out uncovered. They throw up, just lob it up to him. He takes it up for a 30-yard touchdown. So, we lose by 30, and it sounds like a blowout. But really, we were right there with them. And like I said, I'm taking away a lot more positives out of this after watching the film. A lot of things we can correct.
All right, Coach. Let's talk about some of the names for the guys that sort of come out, played well, or maybe some names that sort of surprised you as well.
Okay. On offense, the 2 players that basically carried us were Hunter Harmon and Danny Joe Norman, who we've discussed before. They're both 9th graders. We did have some cramping problems. Hunter actually got hit on the 3rd play of the game, hurt his ribs. He wasn't right all night. He finally got his win in the second half, but the first half we couldn't keep him on the field. And basically what we ran into after about the second series is we did not have Hunter and Danny Joe on the field at the same time. And of course that's all we've been working with in preseason, is having them on the field at the same time. So Danny Joe had to play a lot of quarterback. Did a good job. I mean, we worked with him a little bit in practice, not a whole lot, but he actually completed a couple of passes. Danny Joe had a couple of great runs. He told somebody it kind of reminds you of a deer. He was weaving through traffic. He took one about, 40 or 50 yards for a touchdown. Hunter Harmon had a 55-yard touchdown run, pure speed, just got outside and they couldn't catch him. But they definitely were the 2 stars on offense. And then another 9th grader, Warner Jones, stepped up, and I really wasn't expecting him to contribute offensively, and he did. He had a couple of good runs and showed a lot of toughness.
All right, Coach. Well, where do you go for next week, and talk about getting ready for that one?
We go to Delta Academy. They just dropped down to 8-man about 3 weeks ago. They were going to play 11-man. They're dropping down to 8-man. They have not played a game yet in 8-man. Will be their first game. But I did hear today, I don't know if it's true or not, but I hear they may be running some type of veer option. I hope they do. I mean, I think that'll play right into our hands, because our defensive ends they did a pretty good job the other night. I think we've got the speed to defend the veer option. We've got the power guys inside. And from what I understand, their best athlete's probably their quarterback. I heard from somebody today he's 6'2", 6'3", about 215. So our plan, hopefully on defense, is if they're running an option, we're going to try to get it out of his hands. If they beat us, it's going to be somebody else that beats us. Offensively, I think we've got the speed. We're going to spread them out, which we did this week. And we had a good week this week, 354 yards. We just didn't capitalize on a couple of drives. Hopefully this week is going to get better.
All right, Coach. Talk about a couple of injuries during that while ago. Any other significant injuries to talk about?
No, we came away pretty well. Right now, though, we've got 2 guys out with, I don't know if it's the flu or what. They're not at school today. Danny Joe's one of them. But we didn't have any significant injuries. Everybody should be ready for Friday night. We just had a lot of guys, both teams had a lot of guys cramping up during the game, that sort of thing, but nothing major.
All right, Coach. Well, appreciate you taking time out of the day. I know you will get back and watch some more film. And good luck Friday night.
All right, appreciate it.